Hey, this is Tim Squires with Doing Business God's Way. I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about a subject that I was listening to Napoleon Hill, and yes, you can still find videos of him. He was very old with this old video. I found it on YouTube. You know, Napoleon Hill wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich, and so many people have read his book and not just read it, but did what it said and became wealthy. And there was one little thing that stuck out with me that I was paying attention to the other day. It was called the concept of going the extra mile. Now, this idea of going the extra mile comes from the Sermon on the Mount, where Jesus had told people, and Jesus was giving the culture of the kingdom of God, what the kingdom of God looks like and its culture. And one of the things he's mentioned was that if someone asked you to go a mile, go with him 2 miles. And where this comes from is in their culture. If you remember the days of Jesus, the Israel was in Judea, all that area was taken over by the Romans, and the Romans were there in force with their military, their soldiers. And it was law that if the soldier had asked a civilian, a Jewish civilian or any civilian in those days, Jewish where they were, to go a mile, he had to carry his pack, his field pack, and anything that the soldier asked him to carry, and he had to carry it 1 mile, according to law. But as soon as, of course, you know how rule keepers are, they like to go that mile, draw a line, drop everything, and say, I'm done, and go on now, I've did my duty for the day. I don't know, you may have heard people say, yeah, if I've done my good deed for the day. Well, the concept of going the extra mile is more than just the doing that one thing, doing the your duty for the day. It's like if you were asked at work to accomplish one task, and say you all you had to do is clean a small area of your shop. Going the extra mile would be like cleaning the rest of the shop. If someone were to ask you to take care of anything, to a certain point, uh, going the extra mile would be to look and see what it is that you could do beyond that point that you were given. Um, this is a real successful thought pattern because, most uh, people look, and when they ask somebody to do something, they don't expect you to do one iota of anything more. I remember I was working as a landscaper some years ago. We had hired a group of people, temporaries, because we had this huge job that we had to do. And so these temporaries were just about off the street. You know what I'm saying? And I remember, as I was a supervisor, I had to tell them, keep the crew busy. That was my task, was to keep the crew busy getting the work done. And one young gentleman told me that he didn't want to do what I told him to do. And I asked him why, and he said, because I'm not getting paid enough to do that. And I kindly informed him that his thinking was completely backwards. That you don't do the work you're going to you get paid for and then continue to work that way. You always do the work of what you want to get paid for, and then that money will come to you. And the guy disagreed with me, and I said, well, I started out where you were 4 years ago, and now I'm a supervisor, and you're still out on the street hunting for jobs. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't, I said, you might want to listen to my counsel here. Do the job of the work that you want to get paid for, and the money will come to you. I've always done that, and I've found responsibility comes to me, jobs come to me, money comes to me, and it's just because I have an opposite thinking about money. I don't think you should work for what you're getting. I think you should work for what you want to get and watch it come to you. That's the concept of going the extra mile. Do more than what's required of you, and that's how you become successful. Sometimes it's not money that comes to you. Sometimes it's other things. Sometimes it's favor. Sometimes it's things that come to you. But it always rewards you. to go the extra mile. If you're doing it for the reward, it's not going to work. It's not going to work as well. It may work a little bit, but not as well. If you do the extra mile just because you know that it's the right thing to do, things will come to you. So that's my thought for today. Going the extra mile, do that extra thing, and watch what happens. This is Tim Squires talking to you from Doing Business God's Way. Hey, do me a favor and comment down below. And if you want to keep in touch as a place, just put your email address down below, a good email address, and get on my email list for my blog. If you're curious about what I'm doing, I've got a link down below that says click here. Click on that link and connect. And we'll have a great day. Bye.